Hello, children. This is Inspirational Grandma 8 coming to you again with another new message, and it is called Pay Kindness Forward, as you can see on the wall behind me. I have a story that I'd like to tell you about paying kindness forward, and it goes like this. There was an elderly lady one day that was stranded on the side of a dark, lonely road. She had gotten a flat tire, and if you know anything about old ladies, we generally don't have the strength to change a tire, let alone the knowledge to know how to do it. So she was very much stranded, and no cars were coming by, and she sat in her car thinking, well, how will she get some help? She hoped somebody would come along and help her out of her stressful situation. So she sat there for hours, and it's getting later and later at night. It's dark out, and she starts thinking, oh, I don't know if anybody's going to come by tonight and help me, but I'm hoping somebody does. A little while later, she saw headlights coming up behind her, and she thought, oh, goodness, there's a car coming. Now somebody can help me so I can get back on the road again. But as soon as she thought of that, she thought, oh, my goodness, but I'm out here in the dark and no man's land, and I'm vulnerable. What if this person doesn't have good thoughts and could hurt me? And so she didn't really know what she was going to do. She thought, well, if the car stops to help her, if they stop to help her, she'll see the situation at that moment and make a decision. If the car passes her by, she's just going to let them pass by. So in a moment later, there was a knock at her window, and there stood a dirty-looking young man with dirt and smudges on his clothes and on his face and on his hands. And he taps at her window, her car window, and says, ma'am, it looks like you have a flat tire. Would you like some help? Would you like me to change your tire for you? And instantly her mind was going that, oh, he looks so dirty and everything, but if I don't accept his help, I may end up sitting here all night long. So she decides, okay, I need help. So she gets out of the car. She says, yes, I have a jack and a tire in the trunk of my car. She proceeds to get out, open the trunk, get the tire and the jack for him. He proceeds to change the tire and get her car in working order. In the meantime, they exchange names and have a very nice conversation. And he said his name is Bill Anderson. She introduced herself as Mrs. Brown. Well, when he was done fixing the tire for her, she offered him some money for his kindness. And he goes, no, ma'am, I don't want your money. He said, I apologize for how dirty I look. I am an auto mechanic. This is something easy for me to do. This is what I do for a living. She says, well, what can I do to give back to you? What can I do to help? And he goes, ma'am, just pay kindness forward. If you see somebody in distress or in need of anything, please reach out and help them. And she promised, she said, oh, yes, I will do that. I promise you I will help somebody in need. And with that, they went their separate ways. And about a half hour on the road, she saw an all-night diner. And she thought, oh, I haven't had anything to eat since breakfast this morning. So she thought she'd go in there and get a sandwich and a cup of coffee. So she did, and she noticed the waitress was very kind to her, very young, and very pregnant. And she looked at the waitress that her legs were very swollen. So that told her that this young lady's been on her feet for too many hours. And so she ate her sandwich, got the check, and when she handed the waitress the check, she gave her a $100 check payment. And the waitress says, oh my goodness, thank you. This is a wonderful tip. This will help me a great deal. Thank you very much. And Mrs. Brown said, well, just a little while ago, a nice young man helped me. I was in distress, and he helped me change my tire and get me back on the road again. And he asked me to pay kindness forward, and you're the person I'm paying kindness forward to. And so with that, Mrs. Brown left. And the waitress stood there looking at the check, but then she realized there's a paper clip on the check, and she realizes something's attached to it. And she turns it over and sees that there's 4 $100 bills there. So the woman, Mrs. Brown, ended up giving her a $500 tip. Well, this young waitress, she was so happy and excited and everything. And when she got home that night, She said to her husband, look, this lady gave me a $500 tip because she said that I looked very tired, and that a young man had told her pay kindness forward because he helped her out in her time of need. And so she said that I was very kind to her and very nice to her, so she gave me a $500 tip. And with that, Bill Anderson said, she did listen to me. She did do what I asked her to do. I changed her tire and asked her to pay kindness forward. So with that story, children, I want you to realize life goes in a circle. Whatever you give out in this life will come back to you. And I'm asking that you be kind to one another. Pay kindness forward. If you see another student lonely, sad, in distress, being teased, being bullied, reach out and help them. Be a friend, smile, go up to them and talk to them. Tell the bully to go away. Whatever it is, you can see a situation when it's in need. Go help another person. And as you give out kindness, kindness will come back to you. And this is my message for you today. I hope that you like it and will like and subscribe to my station so I can keep bringing stories and poems and messages to you to help inspire you to be the best you can be. And with this, this is Inspirational Grandma 8. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Go forward, pay kindness forward, and be happy. All right. Love you guys. Bye.